So here we are with the ROI. As I promised, I'm going to do an example problem. You can see here at the top of the page that I have the key formulas. I know I went very quickly through this, so I'm going to walk very slowly through this example so you can see where your numbers come from. I am using page 256 and it's problem number or exercise number 13 on page 256. It says Comfortable Carpets manufactures and installs various types of carpets for its customers. Comfortable Carpets had sales of $1.2 million for the year. The company also had net operating income of $300,000 and average operating assets of $1.5 million. So what this is telling you is it's already done the average operating assets for you. So if we just go by the formula, we first need to figure out what the margin is, because you see that the basic formula is ROI equals margin times turnover. So margin equals net operating income divided by sales. So if we go over here and we take the margin, we would do equals 300,000, which is the operating income that they gave us, divided by the sales of $1.2 million, gives us margin of, let's see if I can use the little eraser here. Cool. Gives me margin of 0.25. Then it asks us, we have to then figure out what the turnover is based on the formula above. And turnover equals sales divided by average operating assets. So sales is the $1.2 million divided by the average operating assets, which they gave us, of 1.5 million, gives us a turnover of 0.8. Once we have computed the margin and the turnover, we can then go to B, which is what is the ROI. So this part answers A, and now we'll go to B. ROI equals margin times turnover. So in this case, we take the 0.25 times the 0.8, and we should get 20%. Fairly simple calculation when they give it to you this way in the book. Where you might encounter some difficulties if you're ever having to do this yourself is finding out the average operating assets. But in this case, you do have the tools to do that as far as in the slide deck on how to find the average operating assets, as well as there's a good explanation in the textbook if you had to calculate that. But I do believe that most of the calculations are actually done where they give you the average operating assets. If you need to go ahead and figure out what the average operating assets are, you can look at page 242. That area helps you find out what that is. So hopefully this will help you do some of the problems on Cengage. You now can go and do the Cengage assignment.